Okay, human 1 and human 2. What I told you guys that we were going to start talking about is slopes of lines. Before I get into this too much, what does slope mean? When I
Downward?
not necessarily down.
But like slanted?
Slanted, okay, so you think of how slanted something is. This is really, when you talk about the mountains, the slope of a mountain, that's how steep it is. Okay, so in this case, we're talking about how steep a line is. That's what slope means. Now, there are 4 types of slopes for lines. Now, keep in mind, lines are straight, right? Lines are straight, no curve whatsoever. So we're talking about 4 types of slopes for lines. No, you do not. It didn't say it on the board. Okay, so our first type of slope, positive. Now, whenever we read, when we read a word, do we start on the left or the right side of the word?
Right side.
When you read positive, we start over here, right?
On the left side.
We start on the left. So everything that we're doing when we talk about graphs, read the graph from left to right, okay? A positive slope is one that rises from left to right. Meaning, if my graph starts over here, it rises as it goes to the right. Okay, that is a positive slope. Now, this positive slope right here, that's just a basic positive slope. This line also has a positive slope. It is rising this direction, right? Which one of these would we say is steeper? The first one, right? So positive slopes just can look a lot of different ways, as long as when you start on the left side, as you go, it is rising. Okay, second type of slope. Any guesses? If we got a positive, what do you think the other one? Negative, exactly. Now, a negative slope,
It could be the opposite.
exactly, it falls from left to right. It's really not human 1. It's not. Okay, so a negative slope, I'll give you a couple of examples. So if I start over here, this is a line that goes down, like so. Or maybe it is a line that goes not down quite so fast, maybe like that. Now our lines might have arrows on both sides. I better put that on here. They may not have they may not have arrows, but I do have some people get confused. Y'all pay attention. Human 2, pay attention. Just because this has an arrow over here, and it does go up that direction, when you read it, you start on the left side of the line. And if I start over here, if I'm going down, that makes it negative. Does that make sense? I have so many kids say, but it's going up over here, so it's positive. No, that's where the line starts. It goes down, so it's negative. All right, so positive and negative, those are the first 2 kinds, and those are the most common kinds. Next, we have what is called a slope of 0.
That means straight.
It is a straight line, but aren't these straight lines too? A slope of 0 is it's a horizontal line. Good. Not parallel, horizontal. Okay, so there's really, I can't draw any more examples of this. Anything else I draw is going to look just like that, okay? A horizontal line, like this one, has a slope of 0. All right, and then the last kind, what's the only other kind of line I haven't drawn yet?
Vertical.
The vertical one, and those have a slope, and this is weird, we call it undefined. But this is for vertical lines. Would be like straight up and straight down. Now I have a lot of students who get these 2 mixed up. So let me tell you what somebody showed me earlier this year. I'm going to circle these just so it looks better. Somebody showed me something earlier the year, how they were going to keep these 2 separate. Are y'all ready? Y'all like a little cheat sheet? Because this is a horizontal line, flat, the top of the Z is a horizontal line. That's how they're going to remember that. Flat line, horizontal, just like this right here. For undefined, which is up and down, this part of the U is up and down. Okay, so that was just kind of like this little cheat, little silly way to keep these two mixed up, because like I said, a lot of people mix them up. 0, flat, horizontal, undefined, up and down, like on the U. And that's it. Okay, tomorrow we're going to get into more detail, but for right now I'm just talking about the types of slopes. So I've got 8 graphs down here. We're going to classify which type of slope it is, and that's going to be it for our lesson. Okay, so first one right here. Now when you read a graph, you start on this side of the graph, the left side. So we start over here, and this graph is going down, so we would say it has a negative slope, and I'm going to abbreviate. The second graph, if we start over here, because this is the left side, this graph is going up, so we would say it is positive. Okay, now this line right here, that is not horizontal, and they have a slope of 0. And then on this one, we're talking about this line right here, because these are just my X and my Y axis. This line is vertical, which is undefined. Do you know what the word undefined means?
Like unidentified.
Yeah, like what does it mean to define something? That means to explain it, tell about it. Well, something that's undefined is something you can't explain, and that's because this slope makes no sense. Could you climb, well, I guess you could. Could you walk up a mountain that has a slope like this?
No.
No. You could walk up a mountain that has this slope, because that's not a mountain, that's just the ground, right? But this is just something that doesn't make any sense. It's a complete drop-off, which I don't know who came up with this word, undefined, but that's the one that they use. All right, and the bottom 4 real quick. This line right here has a slope of what? 0. All right, on this one, we have no arrows, but that's okay. We're going to start over here, because this is to the left side of the graph. If I start over here and I go this direction, what am I doing? I'm going up, so it is positive. Okay, and then this one right here, undefined. I'm going to abbreviate. And then this last one, again, find your starting place. On the graph, this side is the left. So if I start over here, it is going down, so it would be negative. Again, tomorrow's lesson will be a little bit more hard than this, but I wanted to start with something basic because I knew we don't have a whole lot of time today. Can y'all handle this? All right, today's assignment is a Kahoot. I would suggest leaving this out in case you forget, because the Kahoot is just graphs like this asking you what kind of slope it is. Hopefully everybody makes 100 on it.